Yeah.
Eden, tip him well.
Will do.
I got a new camera. I'm still figuring out how it works, how to do everything. Because to be honest with all of you, I'm not a very camera savvy person. All of my YouTube videos I've been recording on my smartphone. Today I wanted to talk about Babes. The reason I want to talk about this film in particular is because I just do. And also, my cousin recently had a kid, and I went on this beautiful journey with her. I've really solidified a beautiful bond with her and her baby, and we've gotten closer because of that experience, precisely about that kind of journey of like just pregnancy and what that means individually for each woman and what that can look like. And that's why I want to talk about this film, because I love it so much. So it is directed by Pamela Adlon. I want to make sure I'm saying her name right. And I want to say this, you can tell even when something isn't overtly feminist, you can tell when a woman directed a film just because of the way the subject, the material is approached. I can just tell. Even if you hadn't told me that beforehand, I would have come to that conclusion, like, oh, a woman directed this. So the movie starts with Eden and Dawn, and they are childhood best friends that keep the tradition of watching the movies on Thanksgiving alive. But this Thanksgiving, it is cut a little short because Dawn gives birth to, I believe, her second child. And the thing I love about Eden, I'm gonna be so honest with you, I have not seen a lot of Broad City because I know that's her claim to fame. But I feel like that actress, she kind of brings that kind of energy, just like this eccentric, so authentically herself. That's the energy as she brings to not only this film, but to this character, Eden.
Your vagina looks like it's yawning.
It's also based in New York, so it's just like really honing in on that kind of energy. When her friend Dawn gives birth, she goes out to get sushi. She comes back after visiting hours and has to go home. On her way home, she meets, what's his name? Isn't that so funny? I remember all of the women's names, but the second a man is introduced into the film, I don't know how names work or how to retain them. Claude. His name is Claude. Anyway, so she meets Claude and they really hit it off.
He is like a disembodied.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The exposition of Claude and Eden's relationship to me felt dragged out, but that's just me. Why am I critiquing this? I don't care. Like, it's a good movie. So they get to know each other on this train ride because like it's Thanksgiving and the trains are all like messed up, and they end up sleeping together. And it's so beautiful. And that's what I mean when I say, oh, you can tell this was directed by a woman. It's not just like, oh, these two characters look at each other once on the train and now they're fucking. No, it's like they spent hours on this train. It's such a beautiful, agonizing, slow burn. So by the time that they are obviously having intercourse, it's a release not only for the characters, like it's truly that climax of the introduction of these two characters and their relationship, but also you as a viewer, you feel that release. You're just like, yes. It's kind of like the way Bridgerton really kind of structures their romance.
Night and day, I dream of you. And what do you even know all the ways a lady...
And they don't even, it's not a lot of screen time of them being intimate either. It's literally a blip in this film. And also because their relationship was that meaningful, even though it was only ever the course of one night, it was so profound and meaningful and beautiful. It wasn't just like a lust-filled one-night stand. So then he ghosts her, and you'll see why I'm putting it in air quotes, and she's really upset about this. And so a month has passed. So that was like end of November. Now we're end of December, I think around New Year's. And Dawn is struggling to breastfeed. Eden really helps Dawn overcome her own insecurities and her own kind of like feelings towards not being able to breastfeed her second child. And they're just like, fuck it. And they have this like celebration where they like break the pumper, like the breast pump, whatever, and they like trip out on mushrooms. Eden has this crazy hallucination that she's like pregnant or something. So she takes a pregnancy test and it turns out she is pregnant.
So you can't get pregnant on your period.
Girl.
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 So now she's not only hurt that Claude ghosted her, but now that she's pregnant and the guy that she's pregnant by doesn't talk to her. I think she goes to like a health clinic and she tries to get more information about him because she's pregnant by him. Think about this. This is so crazy. He died literally hours after having been with her. The day after Thanksgiving, he died. I think it was, let me see, choking on an almond. Yeah. And then we get this really funny scene of them giving her that news.
We know exactly what you're talking about. He has kind eyes, but here's the thing about him, though. He died. He died. He's dead.
That was very poorly done.
What do you mean?
Bro, I mean...
I'm telling you, the delivery of this was so funny. I laughed my ass off. And in the realm of possibility, this could totally happen. You could totally sleep with the guy that is amazing and wonderful on Thanksgiving. He dies the next day choking on an almond. Like, that is in the realm of possibilities of things that could happen. And it happened to her. And she's pregnant. Like, it's so crazy, but it's also like not in a way. which is so brilliant. So brilliant. So while she's processing this, her best friend who knows her through and through is trying to be very supportive of her. And it's so funny because as women, we can kind of gauge for ourselves like our relationship with pregnancy. I know for me personally, I don't ever want to be pregnant. And so if this were to happen to me, I know the choice I would make. And for the most part, most women themselves know themselves that much as well. And you want to believe that you know your friends just as well. You want to believe that. And so when Eden is processing this with her friend Dawn is super supportive. And she's like, whatever you want to do, I'm here for you. Like, whatever it is you choose to do with this baby, like, I'm 1,000% behind you. And she is absolutely shocked, as I am, that Eden is keeping this baby.
It feels like destiny, and this is Destiny's child.
But it's so funny because you're like, that's not what I expected you to say, but I have to put on a face to not make you feel bad that that's the choice you made. I think Eden's reasoning behind it is because even though it was a one night stand because they couldn't have any more nights, that was really out of both of their controls. But because it was such a profound connection, was the word I wanted to say. She feels very confident and really wants to bring forth life because his life was cut short. And I think that's such a beautiful sentiment, no matter how crazy this person is.
Eventually have to go inside to get the fluid.
That needle's nuts! Okay. What about a blindfold? How about that?
We don't blindfold our patients. It's unethical.
Okay.
It's so funny because Dawn and her husband have like a date night or something, and so Eden is babysitting their oldest, and she puts on an R-rated horror film, and she's like, "Oh, this is so easy. Like I'm totally gonna be like mom of the year." Anyone who's a mom can tell you that's not how that works. Their kid ends up scaring their nanny away. But because he scared away the nanny, they have to obviously find a new nanny. And this causes a point of conflict between Dawn and Eden. And so Dawn isn't really going to be her like doula or like be there with her anymore. So Eden is on a mission to find a new doula. And it is so funny. It's the funniest thing.
Why am I a doula as a man? Simple. I just want to honor the female body.
Get out.
And she chooses, I believe she chooses like this older woman, and she's just like, I just get a vibe. You know, when you know. My favorite thing, going back to like, you just never know the choice someone's gonna make, because Eden is so eccentric. Oh fuck, I cannot talk today. Her birth plan is equally as batshit crazy.
person giving birth should be the prom of life. That's when the pageantry is truly deserved. So welcome to Eden's prom birth extravaganza.
Like equally batshit crazy. It's honestly so funny. But Eden and Dawn, they make up and they go on a retreat of some kind. And since Dawn is not pregnant, she's taking full advantage of everything a woman who isn't pregnant can do. Have a massage, drink alcohol, lay on your stomach, all these things. And you can see firsthand just how challenging it is and how unaccommodating some parts of American society are to pregnant women. I got interrupted because of course. So I don't really know where I am, but they fought. Eden, because she doesn't have the father of her child, she really sees, and even before she got pregnant, she really saw Dawn as her family. And Dawn is like, I have a family. I have a husband and 2 kids. Like, that's my family. You're not my family. And she really shuts down the idea of Eden coming to live with them. Fight over this. They don't talk for a while. Dawn comes home and like something happens in her home because of plumbing or something, and it just is so bad. And this is another reason I feel like I could tell this was written by a woman, because Dawn's husband, the entire film is just so sweet and caring and nurturing and supportive, and they have honest, open conversations, communication styles. Their attachment is so secure, and their relationship is truly, truly, truly just the epitome of what a healthy relationship looks like.
You're so fucked. I am so glad to be so fucking fucked with you, though.
While they're separated, Eden she's due any day, and she's having these pains, and she goes into labor, and Dawn comes in at the last minute and supports her. And that's really beautiful. And the movie ends with them reconciling, and instead of Dawn moving to the more outskirts parts of the city, she moves, I guess, like right in front of Eden, and they get to continue to be best friends. And Dawn, it's kind of Dawn's way of saying, like, I'm sorry for not calling you my family, because you are, like, truly, you're the family I found and the family I made.
You can't say that.
And so it's just super beautiful and sweet, and I love the film. I love everything about this. The pacing was really great. The subject matter was really great. I feel like Pamela really, although it was going to be a comedy from the beginning, like a comedic twist on something a little bit more serious. Like, pregnancy is pretty serious and risky, and there's so many complications and health risks that are associated with pregnancies, just because you are growing life inside of you. And I love that she was able to take such a serious subject matter and have all these like very serious talking points throughout the whole film and make it something very approachable. And she really approached it with so much mindfulness and just compassion and empathy, and I love her for that. And it really translated into the film. I loved what I was watching, and everything I was looking at. It was funny, it was lighthearted, it was serious at times, and it was just a perfect depiction of healthy relationships, how unpredictable life is, romance, pregnancy, the choices you have as women, and how scary the world can be for a pregnant woman, or just women in general. And I feel like she really just did a really good job. So Pamela, if you're watching this, you did a really good job, and I really, really enjoyed the film. Keep it up. So yeah, that's my take on Babes. Again, thank you so much for watching. I love making videos. I love talking about female directors. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what your favorite part of the film was if you watched it. Until next time, bye.